Hello, everyone. Who had the 19 pennies? That's impressive. So, let's get started right away with a story, a childhood story. So, it was Mother's Day, and I was 10 years old. And me and my younger brother, we decided we wanted to do something special for my grandmother. That's my grandmother there. So we decided to make her breakfast. So here I am, 10 years old, my younger brother, 8 years old, and we're in the kitchen making breakfast. And I'm talking gourmet breakfast. I'm talking about eggs, bacon, sausage, pancakes. We had the chocolate chips, the little smiley face. The perfect breakfast, at least by our standards, right? And she comes home, she comes in about 9 a.m. in the morning. She usually works a double at the hospital Saturday night, so she doesn't get home until Sunday morning. And I remember she sat and she ate breakfast, and she enjoyed it. At least I thought she enjoyed it. And I remember her suddenly rushing to change to go to church, because then after church she would come back home and then she would leave again to go to work. And I remember being so sad because I didn't get to spend time with her enough, and saying to her, Grandma, why do you work so hard? Take the day off. Like, it's your day. It's Mother's Day. You deserve the day off. Call in sick. I'll call in sick for you, right? And I remember her saying to me, she said, you will only understand once you grow older. And I remember these words like it was yesterday. And I remember thinking when she said that, I said, wow. She must have really not liked the breakfast, right? So these words, they sparked curiosity, a curiosity to learn, a curiosity to understand what it is that she understood, right? And so from a very young age, I was always intrigued about learning about everything, learning about people, learning about differences, learning about the world, learning about sports, everything that I could, just because of these words that she had said to me. And from a very young age, I excelled, and then eventually I grew up. Well, something's wrong. No, I grew up. So I grew up, and I had an open mind because I was always very curious. And the point that I'm trying to make here is that that's what inspiration is. It's random. It's absolutely random. It's not something that we can seek. It's not something that we can set out to find. It's something that just happens. It happens in our life. It can be in the smallest details, such as words. It could be in a conversation. I grew up playing sports. I remember being inspired to work harder just by watching basketball games. And it happens every day, and it can happen every day if you're curious enough to have an open mind and approach it with an eagerness to learn. So, although I grew up, I never changed from who I was. I was still this playful kid who thought, I knew everything, I understood everything about life. I still think I know more than my grandmother. Obviously wrong. But then I learned to jump. I learned to jump, and this was something that was big for me. And what I mean by jump is I learned to dream. And I learned that there is no poverty in dreaming, and that we limit ourselves if we don't believe in ourselves. And we can't inspire others until we are first inspired. So it's important to jump because it's that first leap. It's that first leap of faith. Pursuing your dream, pursuing what it is that you've set out to accomplish. It's that first leap that's often the hardest. But what you'll find is that if you believe in yourself, and if you are inspired, and if you are curious to learn and understand how to excel and have the eagerness, the hunger to develop yourself and be better, what you'll eventually end up learning to do is to fly. I'm sure you guys have all heard this metaphor, to take flight. And it's to really spread your wings and to be who you really are and not be shy about it. Because with you being shy about something, it limits you with those who you can inspire. Because to inspire someone, you have to first be true to yourself. Because that's when they look at you and they view you and they say to you, they say, oh, this person know where they're going. This person understands what it is that they want to accomplish. And then because of that, people can look at you and find inspiration from your story once you first take that leap of faith and learn to jump. So that's why we've provided this platform as an opportunity for you guys to get to know one another, learn from one another, and take something away from today so that when you go back to your peers, when you go back to your schools, when you go back to your parents, you can say that, hey, I've learned a valuable lesson about inspiration, and I want to take that leap of faith and jump. Thank you.